What's up everyone, this is Brad from Brickstar here, and today I am back with yet another video. I have, been filming so many review videos recently as I have been getting a lot of LEGO sets in recently, generally, as I am seeing so many deals and I just have to pick them up. So this is set 76156, Rise of the Domo. It is 8+, contains 1040 pieces, 6 minifigures, and it released on the 1st of October 2021 and retired on the 31st of December 2022, and it originally retailed for $89.99 in the UK, $89.99 US, and $99.99 in Europe. So this is of course a retired set, which means its value should go up generally. Like it should go up, and it usually with retired sets they do go up, and they go up very a lot. This is the biggest set of the Eternals line, so I saw this on Amazon at £47, so this was an absolute bargain. I think it was like 47% off, basically 50% off, and when you get that on the biggest set for one, even when it's not retired, that's insane. But when you get it with a retired set, you just have to go ahead and get it. I mean, I have to get those deals. Obviously, I'm in my project of trying to get every set based on the MCU, so I had to get this one. So I am going to go away and build the set, and then I will review the minifigures and the set itself, and I'll let you know my thoughts. First up here with the minifigures, we have Icarus, and I'm not going to go into too much about this minifigure as it is a repeat minifigure, so it's not an exclusive. It is one of 3, I believe, which aren't exclusive, but generally overall, the general consensus with all of these minifigures, if I'm honest, over the entire line, is that there is just so much detail in their suits, and I just think LEGO really outdid themselves with these, which is unusual with Marvel, if I'm honest. Usually they do the bare minimum. Unfortunately, sometimes though we do get real great sets. Like, I'm not going to diss LEGO for that, I love LEGO, and they do their best with what they have, but this is just an incredible minifigure. I mean, the printing on the torso, you can see here, it goes all the way down to the legs and the feet as well. There's no side printing or sidearm printing, but I don't really think we need that. I mean, it would have made it like an impeccable minifigure, but like with what we have, I'm not going to complain at all. I mean, the detail was just incredible. The hairpiece is the same one that they use for Captain America. It does look a bit off. I think the color, it's a bit gingery, whereas Icarus was definitely brown haired. So I would have changed that if I'm honest with you. And he does have some back printing as well. If I just turn him around, you can see the back printing there, just continuing the suit as well. And if I just take off his hairpiece, you can see that he's got sort of a happy facial expression on this side. And then when you turn him back around, he does have that more angry facial expression, which with a lot of the Marvel figures, they are doing sort of angry and happy facial expressions. But overall, this is a good minifigure. I mean, like I said, like the detail is crazy, but I just think the hairpiece could be changed, if I'm honest. Next up, we have Angelina Jolie's Thea, or Athena. I can't remember her name correctly. Is it Athena? Thea? And again, this is a repeat minifigure. This is not brand new, but again, the detail is just great. I mean, you've got the sort of torso and leg printing down here, which just really adds to the authenticity of these suits. It just looks incredible. She's got an angry facial expression on here, sort of a fighting facial expression. And when I turn her around, she has got the back printing on there. If I just take off her hairpiece, she's got her back printing there. And she does also have a sort of muted facial expression. As I said, that they seem to be doing this with all of them. And if I just turn her back around with the hairpiece, there is another thing, just like Icarus, that I would say about the hairpiece is I'm not really too sure on the hairpiece, if I'm honest. Just because she has sort of more of a darkish hair. She is blonde, but it's sort of more of a darker blonde as opposed to bleach blonde, which is what this hairpiece is. So I think they could have gone with a darker hairpiece, and this is the hairpiece that they're using. I think they use this for Black Widow, and it's a very common hairpiece by this point. Which it does work, it works. I just think that her hair was not as well curled at the front, but I don't want to be nitpicky about it. But yeah, overall, again, just like all these minifigures in this line, a great minifigure. Moving on to the third minifigure, and we have Makari, and again, this is a repeat minifigure. This is, I believe, the final repeat minifigure. But again, I really love this minifigure. I think every Eternal looks different. Every suit is really articulate and printed just the printing is incredible. I mean, again, you can see the torso and the legs and the feet all have printing here, and I really love the blend of colors, sort of the dark red and the gray, the light grayish, sort of replicating the silver chromish look in her actual suit in live action. I think that just works really, really well here. You can see as well she's got sort of an angry face. It's sort of an angry face, a bit more muted. I'd say this is the muted facial expression. If I just turn her around, you can see the other part of her hairpiece, which I just want to stop here and say this hairpiece is just an amazing hairpiece. I love this hairpiece. It's braided. I think the people of color are getting great Lego hairpieces in recent months, and I just think this really, really suits Makari as well. And if I just turn her around and take the hairpiece off, you can see her back printing, which again is just tremendous. I mean, look at this. The level of detail they put into these minifigures, I can't fault Lego for that. And there is her other facial expression, which is actually a happy facial expression. So she's not really got a fighting expression. She's got sort of a happy expression, and then she has a sort of gruntled facial expression, I would say. But if I put the hairpiece back on, there she is in her full form. Honestly, I'm just really, really happy to have this minifigure. She looks great and will certainly fit in well with my collection. The fourth minifigure here is Cersei, and I think I made a mistake and she is actually also a repeat minifigure, but I'm unsure as this is the first set that I have got her in. I do believe she might be in the other set in the line. But again, I don't want to have to repeat myself, but I love this minifigure. The detail is insane. The detail they put into this is crazy. This is probably one of my least favorites. I just don't like the color. I think kind of the dark green is a bit too dark. I'm not really sure. I don't want to be too nitpicky, but I just, again, the torso printing, the feet printing, the leg printing, I just love it. I think the minifigure really works well. I think it looks like her. It works great. I love the facial expression. She's, of course, the main character, and she's trying to be positive. I do think the hairpiece is wrong again. I do think it's a bit too dark. I don't think she had dark hair, this dark hair, if I'm honest. That might just be me remembering wrong. I do think she had a bit lighter shade of hair. If I just turn her around, there is also printing on the back, which if I just take off the hairpiece, you can see there is the printing on the back, which again, just so detailed. And there is another facial expression there, just with a sort of a more gruntled facial expression. Sorry, there was just a bit of dust on her there. A more gruntled facial expression there as well. And as I said before, just honestly, apart from the hairpiece and maybe a lighter shade of green, if I'm honest, this suit for me is perfect. But it's not my favorite, but I do really, really like the minifigure. Next up for the minifigures, we have Druig, who is of course played by Barry Keoghan. Keoghan, not sure how to say his name. I really, really like this minifigure. It looks pretty basic on, I mean, taking out the printing on the torso, it looks pretty basic. It uses black, you know, people aren't really a big fan of black minifigures. I really like this minifigure. I think it looks amazing. I think his character was really underutilized in the film, and I think this minifigure looks great for his character. The hairpiece works well, the expressions work well, the detail it just looks crazy good on the front here. Obviously it's a dark minifigure, so it's difficult to see, but there's sort of a chrome-like texture on the front here with sort of the dark red, and it sort of brings out the detail in a different light compared to the other minifigures. I just think it looks amazing. If I turn him round as well, there is of course printing on the back as well, as you can see there. There's printing on the back, and if I just take off the headpiece, there is his other expression. So he's got sort of a grunted expression and a fighty expression. Overall, just a brilliant minifigure. I'm really, really happy to have this one in my collection, if I'm honest. I wanted this one for a long, long time. The final minifigure in this set is Fastos, and this, like Druig, is another exclusive. And again, looks great, looks different from the other Eternals. So much detail has gone into this, probably less detail than the others, but I think sort of the textures are really brought out here with sort of the lines coming down here on the torso. The printing looks insane, looks great, just like all the others. It feels like a lot of repeating yourself with these Eternal sets because they are just so great. All the minifigures are so great. I especially like sort of this big sort of plaque on his front chest that really differentiates himself from the others. And you can see there is actually some little detailing, some little gold detailing on there as well. I really like the beard and the sort of hairpiece they've used. They've used the sort of, I think they've used this for Falcon a lot of the time. It's the same hairpiece they've used for Falcon. The facial expression looks great. If I just turn him around, there is also some back printing, which is a bit lighter there, you can see, which just adds that bit more detail and authenticity to the character. And then if I just take the headpiece off, you can see there is his other facial expression, which is the happier facial expression, which I think works as well. I mean, his character really had a mix of emotions in the film, and this just works incredibly. So overall, I say this with every minifigure in this line, but I just really love this minifigure. There really isn't a minifigure I could fault in this line, and I feel like my favourite, this is probably one of my favourites. I think the fact it's exclusive and the fact that I love the colour purple, the blue and the purple work so well together. This is probably one of my favourites of the entire line. I did also forget to mention that this set also comes with these two, I believe they're called Sentinels. I can't really remember what they're called, but these are just great as well. I mean, if this set couldn't get better, adding two of these with the set, I mean, the price is already just great for what this set is for the ship. Adding two of these to the set is just amazing, and these are both really unique. So starting off with this one, you can see that they've used a really unique pieces for the fingers. There is just spikes coming off them everywhere. I'm going to touch on these really quickly as these are pretty similar to the other sets, but they are very different also in that sense. This is a printed piece, this head piece here, which is awesome to see. If I just get this one out the shot, it might actually focus. So this is a printed piece. I mean, there are stickers as well. Just here, there are stickers on this bit. But overall, this is just an crazy, insane Sentinel. I mean, is it Sentinel? I can't really remember what it's called. I mean, it just looks great. It is less complete on the back, if I'm honest with you, but you know, for the price, we're going to ignore that because it is kind of a great price for what we have in this set. And for the second one as well, this is, again, completely different. This is actually one, I believe Gilgamesh fights this in the woods. It looks like one of those. And it is really big for what it is. It's really big, and again, they've just used some great pieces to craft this creature. These are printed pieces. They've used these pretty much throughout the line. These pieces here, they are printed, but overall it just looks great. I mean, again, there are more stickers used on this. The spiky pieces coming out just add that bit more of detail and authenticity and just make it look so unique and so awesome. These really do look awesome. So both of these, honestly, especially this one too, this standing one, they both look great, and they do look like real villainous and foes for the Eternals. Moving on to the set itself, and I have to say, going into this set, I did not think much of it. I thought the price was too pricey, and having built this set, oh my god, this set is actually amazing. For like the price, the size, this set is amazing. Like, I cannot understate. Yes, it may have 4 reused minifigures, but oh my god, 2 exclusive minifigures. The build itself was fun. This set is great. So this is a quick run through of the set. So first of all, we have this side, which is, these are all stickered pieces, all these here, but which I really didn't mind that. I was lucky to stick them on quite nicely. And these are sort of a, they sort of have a glittery texture to it, glittery finish, not texture, glittery finish to it, just like this piece here as well. This piece also has sort of a glittery finish, as you can see. And these just add so much more, like, instead of using light up pieces like they did in one of the sets, these just add a bit more vibrance to the set, if I'm honest. I really like that. If I just turn it around, I really like this piece that they've used just to corner off the triangular part. The way they've got this triangular shape is really awesome, and it's pretty similar on all sides. Again, you've got another sort of glittery piece and then some more sticker pieces, but they are all different on each side, which is really awesome to see. Like, they're not repeated on each side. Like, you'd expect Lego to go the easy route and repeat them. Everything is different on every side. Of course, this is the back here of the ship, and you can see, again, stickered pieces, different colours sticker piece here. There's obviously, you've got the dark grey and the light grey. I just think that works so well, like the different colours they've used here. is just great. If we look at the top of the ship, you can see that there is these three large, there is another one here, there are these three large circular pieces. These are actually printed pieces, but these smaller circular pieces on top are actually stickers. So these are printed pieces, which is great to get, but it does actually tell you to position them in different ways. They do actually look different to each other as well. They don't all look the same in the sense of the direction you position them looks different to the other one. These are also printed pieces as well. But again, just making the different, these are all different stickers. They aren't the same stickers, which just makes it really, really unique and different to the next piece. These are sort of like a chrome-like circular pieces, which I really, really like. I think it adds a bit of a shine to the set, whereas again, it differentiates to these non-shiny pieces at the top here. As you can see, these are just the normal light grey pieces. So there is a real difference and real blend between all these pieces throughout the set, which I just really, really love. You've got another sparkly piece up here, and there are some two blasters as well up the top. I just think this entire, like the entire outer of this ship looks great. On the bottom, it's really not that much different. There is just, you know, base layer, but you don't need anything for the bottom. I don't think anyone is positioning this up like this. And if you are, you're still seeing sort of the top of the ship. Now getting into the ship. Inside of the ship, I really think this is a great design. So what actually happens is these pieces come out. So first of all, you lift up the circular pieces and then these pieces come out. So this is a really, really cool design. These pieces come out and then these actually also extend down like this to then show you each side of the ship. So you can have all the sides out, or you can have, you know, just one side out. If you open it all up like so, you have the entire ship out like this, which just looks great. I mean, it looks so big inside for what it is, and it is tiny inside. It looks amazing. I mean, it looks accurate as well, which is kind of surprising considering what it is. Starting off with this side of the ship, as you can see, this bit opens, as I said, and then there is actually a space for Thea's weapon here. This is specifically her weapon as it was used for her in the other set, and it is in the film the weapon she uses. There is also one of, I think that is Fastos' weapon. Oh no, that's Gilgamesh's weapon. That is Gilgamesh's arm. There you can see sort of one of his, I believe that's Gilgamesh's one of his weapons there on a podium, as you can see. And there is a mini bridge as well, which I'm not really sure what that's used for. Maybe it's an elevator, I'm not sure. I believe that is what it's meant to represent. There isn't much room in here, if I'm honest. Like, it looks like there's a lot. There's not much room in this side, but it just works really well. I mean, you can get your minifigures, you can sort of place one here, so you can have them in different places of the ship, and it does shut as well. It does fully shut with them on, so that really does work in that sense. This bit has just come off. Some pieces can be a bit flimsy. I mean, these pieces are put on via this sort of, are attached via just two grabby pieces. But I think it does work together overall. And if I just move on to the front as well, this piece lifts up here at the front just to create a little cockpit, and inside that cockpit you've got a stickered piece here and a printed piece. The printed piece is getting more familiar, getting more used often in these Lego Marvel sets, and this sticker piece is just sort of more Eternals-like control panel, and there is actually other sticker pieces just below as well, which you can't really see, but I do think this looks really, really great. And as well, you can fit a minifigure, which I put Makari in there, in the cockpit, like so. Just like that, and a minifigure does completely fit in the cockpit, which is really, really awesome. I also do really like this design of using these sort of tubed pieces to make sort of the seating area. I think that was really, really cool. Moving on to this side, and if I just lift it all down, again, there is space for more weapons for the Eternals here. And then there is a chair here. There is actually quite a lot compact in here. There is a coffee machine, there is a chair, there is a gaming controller in there, and a metal detector as well over here. And there is a hammer, there is an umbrella, there is 2 mics. This is sort of the party room, I'm assuming. But I do like that they've included a chair. You can add another minifigure on there. I put Druid in there, just like so. It is really difficult to show everything in this set, but like so. And you can close it back up. And what I really like about this top bit is that it actually opens up from the back. So instead of from the side, it does open up from the back, just like that. And it lifts up like that, just like that. And actually in this bit as well, in the middle bit, there is all these pieces. Again, different stick. I believe these are the same stickers, but they are all placed differently just to create a different effect, which I really, really like. There is a mini Arasham holding one of the Eternals here, which is kind of like a hologram. It's really difficult to show you, but I just think the design here looks great. The way they've made this look and come out is like the pieces they've used. They've actually used the skater piece, and they've put 3 of them on the head on top of each other to create his head, which just looks great. There is a little white minifigure, mini minifigure as well to represent one of the Eternals, which it could have been nice if we actually got one of the actual Eternals in that, but you know, for what this is, this set is already amazing. There is so much involved. Across here as well, you can actually see that there are 3 different sort of panels here, which just adds a bit more to the interior design. It just looks really, really unique and different, and that does carry on to the other side as well. There are 3 different types of panel there. Then you can see at the back, when you open up the top, there is this sort of structure here which just connects to the actual back of that, and it is sort of the Eternals rings going through this sort of hanging device. I'm not really sure what it's meant to replicate. I can't remember for the life of me from the film, but I just think that's a really, really cool addition that's even in there. And again, you can put minifigures in here. Like, there is space for minifigures. I sort of put Fastos down here, sort of like so. I put him down there, and that is able to that is still able to shut on top of him as well, like so. So that is really, really cool. Of course, the blasters do shoot out these studs. I'm not going to do it, as I'm pretty sure you all know how blasters shoot studs. I am going to pop Cersei in here, as I like to have her in this section. And I like to have my other 2 on top, which you can also have. You can also have some minifigures on top. Of course, we know Icarus is the bad guy. So let's have him on there, fighting with Thea. And if you wanted to, you could get their weapons out and use them as well. And I will also mention that the set does come with a complete entire pack of sort of cosmic blaster bolts as well. I haven't opened them. I have so many of these. I really did not want to open them and just put them on the minifigures. I'm sort of using this for display purposes, but if you are someone that plays with your sets, there is this entire pack that comes with it of blaster bolts. They're all orange. There's not a mix of colours, which is a bit frustrating, but it is what it is. And there is additionally as well, just one last piece, there is this piece which looks like a mini flying jet, which I'm not really sure why this is included. I can't remember back to the film if this was a key part of the film. It is a really tiny build. If I'm honest, I could not tell you why. Maybe someone in the comments could tell me why that is part of the set. But it does, you sort of build it with Thea, so I'm not really sure if that's to do with her or not. I tend to just place it inside the ship because I really have no idea why it is here. But that is part of the set. So overall, this is just a crazy, crazy good set. Like, in my opinion, this is so worth the money. There is so much going on. I know it was really difficult for me to show you here, but there is so much going on in this set. It's just incredible, in my opinion. I think the minifigures are great. I think the detail, the positive lack of repetition, the pieces, I just think it looks unique. It looks different to all the Marvel ships. It looks like very, very accurate to the film. And for the size and for the price and the pieces, you just can't go wrong. I don't know. I mean, let me know what you guys think. Do you have this set? Do you like this set? Please let me know your thoughts. As I said, I'm just a fan of Lego, just trying to share my love of Lego with other fellow Lego lovers. That's all this channel is for me. So please do like, comment, subscribe, share, check out my other videos. There are other reviews of the other Eternals sets in this line. And I will see you all on the next video.